Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday, April 12th, and today we'll cover the trades for YieldMax funds, TSLY, CONY, MISTY, and NVDY. But real quick, just an update on my trades, recent trades out of my taxable account. I bought some Phoebe yesterday. I bought 10 shares, FBY. I bought 10 shares of YieldMax. I bought 10 shares of SPY-T. I bought 10 shares of Ulti, and I bought 10 shares of SFOL. Again, I typically, this is a big buy day for me. Probably went overboard. But, I saw an opportunity to buy a lot of good funds for, a pretty good price. So that's why, typically, like I try to buy 10 shares of something per day. I don't try to buy 10 shares of 5 different ETFs or stocks per day. But needless to say, I got a little carried away. But yeah, that's what I bought yesterday and kind of put a little dent in my cash. But in the end, I'll be happy because it'll produce some more income the following month and so on and so forth. But yeah, my strategy for buying, just a quick reminder, is I like to dollar cost average down. So if I see a discount on the current holdings that I have, then I will buy 10 shares at a time. I'm done buying in bulk. I will never buy in bulk. Typically my buy, average will per stock per day will be around $200, my taxable. Nothing more than like $250. Because, I may think something is a large discount today, but it could be an even bigger discount tomorrow. So why put too much money into it? When I could save some for the following day. And plus, I'll hopefully never run out of money, even though I'm running out of money right now. But anyway, enough about that. So trade-wise, CONY actually is the only one that had trades yesterday. So, I talked all that crap about MISTY, they have trades every day. And sure enough, I jinxed them. So MISTY, no trades, TSLY, no trades, and NVDY, no trades. It's all good, easier for me, because yesterday I had a baseball game for my son, and the floors were getting done. Of course, they got done, but they got done late, so I was late to the baseball game, and it was very hectic. Needless to say, it was a good day to only have one with an intraday trade, so let's get to it. CONY, 3 transactions, so typically, as usual, buy call, sell put, sell call. So they're adding 730 contracts to the synthetic, and then they're using that 730 to sell a call into next week with a 4/19 expiration. All right, so let's plug all those numbers into a spreadsheet and see if it makes any sense. So their synthetic is currently 250, and coin went up. Coin is at 263.01. Keep in mind, their synthetic expires next week, and not that long ago, this was not looking as good. Today, or as of close yesterday, it's now worth 23.7 million. So they had a fantastic day as it relates to the synthetic position, because again, although they still have 6 trading days, so anything can happen. But if they decided to roll their synthetic today, they're going to make around 23 million. Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen with coin today, but it was a good day, synthetic wise. Let's take a look though, what it did to the weeklies. But before that, how much did coin go up? It went up 4.79%. How much did CONY go up? It went up 26.96. I'm sorry. Oh my God. It went up 3.06%. I feel like I'm still waking up. But yeah. Why do I have? Oh yeah. So there's the 730 contracts. And they chose a 277.50 strike, as mentioned, that expires into next week. And that's 5.51% out of the money. Again, is that tight? I think it is, but we'll see. That yields 1.66% and brings in 317,000 income. So outstanding shares, though, overall, it went up 75,000. Cash went... Well, see, this is the confusing part. I know no one really cares about this, but me, probably. But on 4/9, they had 16 million in cash. And then on 410, they moved about 20 million to, all around the treasuries, the money market, etc., to put them in the negative cash. And then on 411, they moved that 20 million back to the cash. So what sense does that make? I do not understand. Whatever. All right. Cash and treasuries went up 1.8 million. So that's what we like to see overall. And I know the details you guys probably don't care about. Total income from the weekly calls 8.8 million. Total distribution 54 cents per share. Daily income, we're producing 8 cents per share. Daily yield 0.29% and annualized yield 104%. So doing really good on the weekly calls alone. However, how are these calls doing for this week? Well, CONY did really good for the synthetics yesterday. However, the downside is they're still selling weekly calls, right? Which is a bearish play. And they have one strike, which, as we know, was a little tight. What price did they choose? If we go back, right, the 257.50, they chose that, and it was what at the time 6.89% out of the money, 5.99% out of the money. But as of right now, it's 2.09% in the money. So all of the contracts that expire for today are in the money, 2.09%. So that's not good. So we need to go back to the April tab to see what the break even is. Let me zoom out a little so you can see the column headers. So the break even for the 257.50, there's two different break evens. I guess we could use the one with the larger amount of contracts. The break even is 262.58. So again, the break even is really only if they let the time value go to the end of the day. But CONY is priced at 263.01. So right now we're above the break even. So we would lose money on that trade if we closed as is. But so today, what we're rooting for is a red day for CONY. All right. Not even that red, just a little red. I'm thinking, again, you'd want it to close around like the 257 area, to be honest. I don't want to just break even. We're not here to break even. We're here to make money. So we want it really to be well below the 262. So let's just say, just get into the 250s, okay? Can we do that, CONY? Get into the 250s and we'll be happy. All right, 30-day EV, 91%, 30-day chart, ugly. Ugly and beautiful at the same time, I guess. CONY price, 26.96. And capital appreciation this week and next, not much room. Because, even going back to the 500 contracts, which I haven't even talked about. Remember they chose the 260, 250? Let's see what that looks like now. See, they went 4.59% out of the money. And that's already getting beat up. So they need to go a little further, in my opinion. Capital appreciation wise, 6 cents, whoop-de-doo. But again, luckily CONY's doing good, or else this reaction would be, actually, that's not the right reaction. I did not update this one. I've been slacking on this. Yeah. There's more like a worried reaction, right? He's worried. I'm worried. You're worried. It's a little close here. So that's the reaction you're getting. Anyway, let's move on to payment information. Synthetic debit 375,000. Short call income for April 8.8 million. Net income 8.4. So total net income per share is 52 cents, and total short call income per share is 54 cents. And that's what it's all about, making the money on the short call income. The synthetic will do what it does. It's fine. All right, so now we see, all right, their synthetic is in pink, their put, and then the orange is the call. The call is much greater than the put, so they can make money on that. But in blue is the concern because we have, on 4/12, which is today, they have the 257.50. It's going to cost them $7.23 per share to close, or 11.8 million. Obviously, they still have today, so time value should decrease that number as long as coin doesn't, jump up in price. But, we'll see. We'll see what the numbers bring us. The net asset value is 439.9 million. The NAV is 26.99, and the trade price, we got a 3-cent discount at 26.96. All right, so that's the update for CONY. Very important day today. So keep in mind 250s. All right, let's shoot for 250s. Now let's go to pre-market. What do you think? We're gonna hit the 250s pre-market already? Refresh. Let's see where we're at. Well, we're red, but we're still in the 260s. We're at 261.42. We are down 0.6% at 5:39 a.m. So again, we'll track that. We'll see how it does. By the way, guys, I plan on going live after work today, which should be around 5 p.m. And I'll probably do my spreadsheet then. I'll probably do my spreadsheet live. I plan on keeping the Discord voice open if anyone wants to talk about it while we update it. And we could talk about anything else too. But, it's just a chill Friday after work, after close discussion. Just me updating my spreadsheets, talking about it. And that I don't know if that's going to be the video for the daily updates, or maybe it'll just be an overall live discussion while I update the sheets. I don't know. But tune in for that if you guys are interested. Also, I do need YouTube admins. So if anyone is interested in helping me out as I go live, which may be a weekly thing if I can do it, let me know. I don't even know how to make YouTube admins, but that's just in case. So if people get out of control and I have guests, I need someone else to just delete them. But I don't know. If anyone is familiar with being an admin on YouTube and is interested, please let me know. Anyway, let's move on. Enough about that. All right, let's go to MISTY, because people love MISTY. All right, MISTY has a 1700 strike still. This one also expires next week, Friday, 6 trading days for the synthetic. And as it stands, it's not good. They had no trades, so, but MSTR price is 1551. Synthetic strike is 1700. Now, they have more contracts now, so the total debit, the total hit, could be 8.3 million as we stand today. That's a big number. So we would really need MSTR to do some type of recovery today and into next week. Let's hope. All right. So how did MSTR do yesterday? They went down by 0.91%. And then MISTY, again, I'm still I refreshed it 50 times. MISTY stayed flat on the penny. I'm assuming that's right. I didn't even double check it, but I refreshed this page about 50,000 times. So based on how Mr. went, it looks like it's, legit. So if we move on, again, I hate how these, I'm going to have to move these up, right? So if you go like this, then you hit up, there you go. That's better. All right, so now you can see the column headers. Outstanding shares, we went up by 25,000. Cash and treasuries overall went up by 919,000. Okay. So again, no transactions, but the interest remains and people are buying into MISTY. But here's the summary. Total outstanding shares, 2,525,000. Total income from the weekly calls, 2.5 million. Total distribution, 101. Total daily income, 14 cents per day per share. Daily yield, 0.39%, and annualized yield is 142%. So, again, MISTY, and for the most part, most of the other funds doing very well in the weeklies. That means the market is either flat or, downward, or going up very slowly. So we'll take all of it, right? All right, so let's look at the breakdown. We have a lot of action here. First, let me cover what's into next week, get that out of the way. We have 22 contracts, 1635 strike, 5.36% out of the money, expiring next Friday. That's 6 trading days, 5.36% out of the money. That's not enough. Not in my opinion. All right, now, this week, today, what expires today? We have 75 contracts, 1,530 strike. This one's in the money, 1.41% in the money. So the good part is it's only 75 contracts. The bad part is we're already in the money. All right, now let's look at the other ones. Let's see if the other ones can bail us out. We have 40 contracts, 1657.50 strikes, 6.81% out of the money. That one seems pretty safe. Again, one trading day, that's probably safe. So if that one's safe, the 3 after it should definitely be safe. We have 290 contracts, 1705 strike, 9.87% out of the money. 10 contracts, 1750 strike, 12.77% out of the money. 130 contracts, 1920 strike, 23.73% out of the money. Again, this is the beauty about scattering the strike prices. Yes, we're going to lose, as we stand at least, the 75 contracts. That's going to be a loss. However, the other batches of contracts, they're good. There's room for growth, in fact. So, but keep in mind, the more that the more that the stock goes up, is the more out of the money, or in the money, the 75. But again, it's only 75 contracts versus what? What do we got? We got 300, 340, so we got 470 contracts that are good versus 75 that is not good. So I think we're okay. MSTR price 1550, 181, 30-day IV 126%. By the way, I know someone commented, says I'm doing too much data at once. It's confusing. And I know, believe me, I understand, but I've been doing this for a decent amount of time, and at least from the feedback that I get and my opinion, I think this is just enough. If it's too much, again, I want everyone to share me feedback, because if I can cut back on anything, I certainly would, but I feel like I'm covering just enough on each, so you guys can fully understand what's going on. But feel free to always give feedback. I know I've been doing these videos for a long time now, so I'm never, this is never set in stone. I'm always up for change. So just keep that in mind. I'm up, and negative feedback, positive feedback, bring it on. I will listen. All right. So anyway, MISTY is $36.99. Potential capital gains for this week and next, 422, which is good. He's still getting the money sign. The money tongue is still coming out, even though 75 contracts are in the money. That's okay. They scatter, so they're more than safe at the very moment. So good job, MISTY Fund Manager, so far. All right, let's look at the income. All right, I guess I got to freeze panes on this one. It's probably the last one now. All right, synthetic income for April. What do we got? We got 2.3 million synthetic, 2.5 million short call, total net income 4.8 million. Outstanding shares, we talked about 2.5 million. Did I do? Yeah, I did the summary on the other one. I think I'm losing my mind. I need more sleep. Total income per share, 193. Total short call income per share, $1. So this one, MISTY is doing very well, all right? But let me just show you something real quick I was looking at. So we know they essentially carried forward 6.1 million of income that they did not pay out, right? So on top of that, this month they made about 4.8 million, okay? So you see these two numbers here. So that's about 11 million, approximately, that, they can use to pay out. However, look how damaging this synthetic could be. This is an $8.3 million loss as we stand today. So if Mr. continues to go down, this synthetic could cost us a pretty penny. So I want you guys to understand the importance of the synthetic position. I know everyone says, "Oh, synthetic doesn't matter." It doesn't matter. Of course it matters. It's options. It's all options. Everything here is options. So every options contract matters. We can't say it doesn't matter. It matters. So we want these synthetics to make money. So obviously, yeah, we're carrying forward a nice credit, 6.1 million from last month. at least based on my numbers. But what do I know? It. But we'll see. We could have a big synthetic loss that's going to get added into April to ruin the party. The short call income can only do what it can, right? 2.6 million, 2.5 million. But the synthetic income, that's the chunker, right? We need that to do, to either stay flat or make money. We don't want it to lose money. But yeah, that's the update on that. Hopefully that helps. All right, we talked about the synthetic enough, I think. So in blue, we have a whole bunch of trades. So, it's a big day today, but you see on the top, that's the 75 contracts. That's going to cost $46.50 per share right now to close. The other ones are looking good, though, so we'll see how it goes. What's the sweet spot for MISTY or Mr. today? Where do we want to close? I mean, that's debatable, but my opinion, we're good where we're at. In fact, we can move up. I mean, if we can get to the top of the 22 contract, 1635. If we close at 1635, I think that's pretty good. Let me know what you guys think. Where do you think we should close at on today for MSTR, based on what you see on the screen? So, speaking of, let's go to the pre-market. That's the other thing. When they scatter the contracts, we don't know the exact price that we want. We just know a range. And obviously, we could do more digging, but all right, pre-market is red anyway, so who knows? We could go down today for all we know. But right now, it's down 0.25%. As of 5:50 a.m., it's at 1,548. Okay, so it's at 1,548, which is still above the 1530 strike. So again, time will tell. I feel like I'm all over the place today, so if I am, I apologize. But anyway, long week. Let's move on to the next one. Let's go to NVDY. NVIDIA has a synthetic of $915. And NVIDIA, look at that. It's at 906 now. That's pretty good. So we're getting a little closer. However, this synthetic expires May 17th. So it's not as important as the others. It's not coming up that soon. But either way, it only costs $1.6 million to close if they had to. And why would they have to? Well, people could sell out of the stock and they would have to close out contracts. So if they have to close out contracts, we'd preferably want to be in a better, financial position, making money on the closeout. So that's typically why you would always want to be ready, always be priced in a good position for the synthetic. All right. But at the same time, if people buy into the stock and we create a synthetic position, sometimes we would prefer to actually get a credit on the put versus, on the buy call. If that makes sense. All right, I'm all over the place. So let's get to it. Yesterday, 4/11, NVIDIA went up 4.11%. I was happy with this because I own an NVDX, the 2X, leverage fund. I'm trying to make some profit this week on my swing trades. So that was a really good move. I also own NVIDY, by the way, but I'm not worried about NVIDY. NVIDY's been a powerhouse from day one. But NVDY did go up 3.32%. So what a day. Outstanding day. All right, how about outstanding shares? Any new ones? Yeah, 50,000 new outstanding shares. Cash is positive. Again, they're playing the cash and treasury game, but whatever. Not going to get into that. But cash and treasuries went up 1.3 million. All right, so here's the recap for the weekly calls. Right. Overall, they have 15,850,000 shares. The total income from the weekly calls is 3.8 million. That's a distribution of 24 cents per share. That's a daily income of 3 cents per share, a daily yield of 0.13%, or annualized comes to 46.89%. Obviously, 46% yield, sadly, is low for NVIDY. But again, today's Friday. You know what happens Friday? They roll some contracts and they make more money. So as long as they win, this annualized yield will go up on the following video. So are we going to win? That's the question. Well, let's look at the lowest strike price. The lowest strike price is in trouble. There's 160 contracts at that price. It's 160 contracts at 870. That's 3.99% in the money. So yes, in danger. And then there's 520 contracts with an 895 strike. That's 1.23% in the money. Also in danger. When I say in danger, it's in danger of not being profitable, which means we have to pay more money to close it out than what we got to open the position. All right, because we get a credit every time we sell call on these. We get a credit, which goes into our cash. But when we close these, again, they close them out. They cash settle them. But when they cash settle them, we want to pay much less than what we got to open them. But as of right now, since we're in the money, it's more likely that we're going to pay more in cash than what we got up front. So, however, the biggest position by a long shot, 4,070 contracts, that has a 910 strike. That's kind of tight though. That's 0.42% out of the money. So that one is also in danger. It's not in the money at least, but it's close. NVIDIA price is 906.16, 30-day IV, 42%. 30-day chart all over the place. NVIDY is at 2709 and potential capital gains a whopping 10 cents. But we're not concerned about that. We're really concerned about the price and where we close. It's a nail biter, so that's what this face is for. So that's really where it's at. So yeah, where do we want to close for NVIDIA? Ooh, that's a tough one. I would say right where we're at would be okay. If it goes a little red, even better. We could check out the break evens, but again, we don't want to break even, but I always use the lowest break even. So the lowest is 875. So obviously that's, NVIDIA is at what, 906. So you'd want it to be red. But the largest position has a 918.50 break even, which gives us some room. But, we want to win. We want to make money. So the sweet spot, again, it's tough. It's tough. I would say 900. Just close at 900. I think we'd be okay. So we need a little red day, in my opinion. Yeah, so we covered all that. Payment details, let's see what we got. Well, we got synthetic income, 2.9 million. We got short call income, 3.8 million. And we got total net income, 6.7. That's a total income per share of 43 cents. And that's a weekly call income per share of 24 cents. So, beautiful. This is what you want. This is what we're investing for. We're making money. Our capital is doing fine. Like, this is the perfect world. Like, everyone looks at TSLY and says, oh my God, YieldMax is horrible, horrible. TSLY had a bad break, man. Tesla was getting burnt for a long time. It still hasn't recovered. So obviously TSLY is going to go down with it. And being capped the way it is, of course. But look at the others. Look at NVDY. All right? Talk crap about NVDY. Try it. See how that goes. Of course, they'll say, oh, how did NVIDY do versus NVIDIA? Well, how much profit did NVIDIA pay you every month? Nothing. You have to sell to make a profit. Anyway, sorry about that. Let's move on. Again, I'm not going to talk about the synthetic. That expires in May. But we got a big day today. We got the trades of blue we got to worry about. But we'll see how it plays out. Again, I'll cover this on my live after hours. Hopefully work is easy today, we'll see. 428.9 million is the net asset value of the NVIDY fund. Their NAV is 2706 and the trade price is 3 cents more, 2709. Okay. So as we mentioned, for the active, we kind of need a little red today for NVIDIA. At least for an NVIDY shareholder. As a swing trader, I want a green. So I'm a little conflicted right now. All right, let's see. Oh, the NVIDY shareholders win. It is red as of right now. It's down 0.39% and it's at 902.64. I think I said 900 would be maybe the sweet spot, but we'll see. That's as of 5:58 a.m. refresh. Again, I'm cutting it close with my video today too, but I can't get up any earlier. All right, let's move on with TSLY. TSLY again, no trades, has 2 synthetics, and they both expire May 17th. And guess what? Tesla is now at 174.60. So the 175 strike, believe it or not, is profitable. They closed it out today. They'd make $2 million. That's amazing. How about the 170? Of course, that's profitable. 6 million. It's worth 6 million. So synthetic wise, TSLY, golden. Let's see how they're doing on the weeklies. But first, Tesla, yeah, green day. Another green day. 1.65% up. So they've been green this week. They've been red this week. They've been all over. TSLY went up 1548. So, all right, go TSLY. I mean, TSLY went up 1.18% to 1548. I swear I can't talk today. What do we got here? Outstanding shares went up by about 125,000. So we didn't see any trades, but I'm thinking today they're going to add some contracts to next week's trades. But overall, cash and treasuries did go up 1.9 million. Very nice. You know, they're not going to add contracts unless it's worth it. Like if it's enough for one contract, they're not going to do it. So they're going to wait. Typically, like I see in the 20 range or so. It depends which fund though too. All right, outstanding shares 45,825,000. Net income for the weekly calls 8.9 million. Total distribution per share 20 cents. Daily income per share 3 cents. Daily yield 0.18%, and if you annualize that, 66%. So they're right where they need to be. You know, that's right where they usually are. You know, in fact, it's a little higher than they usually are. But the weekly calls, what are they doing? Well, they're looking pretty good, to be honest. They got 20,980 contracts with a 172.50 strike. That's 1.2% in the money. And then they have 20,135 contracts, 182.50 strike, 4.52% out of the money. Again, if they had this all in 172.50, it would not be looking as good. But since they have two strikes, it's looking okay. Now, the 172.50, if we want to be profitable or break even, what's the number? Well, if we go back here, we check out the 172.50, the break even is 175, okay? So if we go back here, Tesla is at 174.60. So in reality, we kind of want to close out today, like right now, you know? We want to close these bad boys out. We want it to we want Tesla to stay flat today, pretty much. If it goes red, that's fine too. If it goes green, it can't go too much green because then that's going to damage, you know, it's going to create a loss on the 172.50. But in the end, we want to make more profit as a whole between all contracts. So, you know, it's going to be close, but if Tesla can stay flat or red, we'll be just fine. As mentioned, Tesla price is 174.60. Their 30-day IV is 55%. 30-day chart is kind of all over the place, but looks much better than it used to. TSLY price 15.48. Potential capital gains is 34 cents. Not bad. Now, grinding teeth. Another fund manager. They're going into the office and they're all grinding their teeth. It's gonna be an interesting day. I mean, their job. They got a nice job, man. They just look at tickers all day. I mean, I'm curious to know what their day-to-day job is. That's another question. I got to ask that. But anyway, let's move on. Synthetic income, 545,000. Short call income, 8.9 million. Look at that, 8.9 million. That is really good. Net income, 9.5 million. And then total income per share, 21 cents. Short call income per share, 20 cents. So, pretty good. TSLY, like I said, like I've been saying, has been doing much, much better. So, all right, synthetic holdings, again, I'm not going to talk about them. They expire May 17th. And you see, obviously, the 182.50 in blue, 9 cents to close. So that one's already at a win. Unless Tesla blows up today. But the 172.50 would cost 285 to close. But again, we have a whole trading day. We'll see how it goes. Net asset value, at least we're in the 700s. We're at $710.6 million net asset value. The NAV is 1551. And the trade price is 1548. You get a 3-cent discount. Okay. Drum roll. All right. So, as a swing trader and a options trader, right now, I want Tesla to go up. As a TSLY shareholder, which I am not, you would want it to stay flat or go down. So let's see who wins. Well, you guys win. It's actually down by 1.12%. So it's at 172.64. And that's as of 6:03 a.m. A lot can change, of course, right? We got like 3 hours anyway till the market opens. And any news story can drop on anything that can affect the whole market. Or an Elon tweet, or someone says Elon stinks, things like that. And then things just flip at a dime. But one thing I just want to note, you saw like that CPI news come out, and then just the overall market just tanked, like so ridiculous. So there's such a great opportunity to just buy in, you know what I mean? To just just buy in and then, just sell, right? So if you look at the 5-day, you could kind of see the dip. That was what was that, Wednesday? The dip, and then it came back up, and then, I don't know. If we could just time this reasonably, we can all make so much money in the market. But either way, enough about that. That's for my swing trading discussion this weekend. But for now, we're just producing, income. We're producing income on a monthly basis, investing in these funds. We're paying 0.99% to YieldMax to produce us and generate massive income per month. So we can either live off of or we can reinvest. Now, they're doing very well on the 4 that I'm tracking. I really don't have any complaints. I mean, I know CONY, they have some debatable strikes lately, but they've been doing so well, it's hard to harp on that, too much. But I have to say, overall, I am much more impressed with how they've been doing with their, funds. Again, I don't track all of them, but I'm tracking these 4, which, 4 is a lot. Like I said, I'm probably going to go back to 3 next month, and I'll have to cut one off at some point, which is probably going to be MISTY. But we'll see. I'll probably do a poll or something. But either way, guys, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If you were, please hit the like button. It helps. You guys did pretty good yesterday on the likes, so let's try to beat that number. I don't know what it is, but it's appreciated. Obviously, your comments are always appreciated too. Very kind. A lot of you, a lot of you watch daily, and it's awesome. I love it. It's such a good thing. It keeps me going. The fact that you guys remind me, you actually watch it over coffee. You watch it in the car. There's a guy that watches it in the car with his cop buddies. Shout out to him. Sorry, I can't remember the name offhand, but it's awesome. So thank you for your service, guys. By the way, but yeah, it's a good time. I like making these videos, especially if it helps me, because I invest in most of these, and if it helps others, even better. So anyway, the keyword for today, if you suffered through this long video, is the floors are done. Yeah, and yes, the floors are done, but the house is a disaster. But either way, the keyword is the floors are done. So at least that's one less thing, on the plate for now. But either way, so that's the closeout of today's video. Again, we have a lot to think about, a lot to watch. We'll have to keep an eye. If I can, I'll try to post updates of the active, this part in my Discord, in the YieldMax channel. So if you're in that, just stay tuned for those updates. And then obviously after work, 5 o'clock, I'll try to go live and, post the results. I'll post the results live on, on my spreadsheet, and you guys can see what I do, right? I mean, Fridays, the Friday trades are a lot, so it may take some time. So it may be a boring live, but if the discussion veers another direction, maybe I'll stop. I don't know. We'll see. But either way, thank you for watching this long, and have a great Friday. Hopefully it's an easy one. Hopefully you guys can have, smooth sailing, and then have a nice, good weekend. Hopefully we have good weather. But I've seen nothing but rain in New Jersey lately. So, but hopefully that changes. All right, I'm out of here. Have a good one. Later.